top 5 MLB all-time postseason records. Number 5, innings pitched, Andy Pettitte. Um, Pretty much a big part of this organization being 5 World Series champions. Late '90s, early 2000s. Great workhorse. 276.2 innings pitched. You don't see that often. That's pretty much a season. So I don't think many pitchers can get that record. Maybe they will, but I think Clayton might if LA keeps if they're consistent enough to be in the postseason. But overall, Andy Pettitte, just like I said, a big part of the Yankees organization, a core 4 member, and just like a big member of why this team became a dynasty in the late '90s. New York was just so fun to watch. The Yankees were so fun to watch, and people just loved watching him, and it was incredible to see. And like I said, I mean, just outstanding workhorse. He's had some ups and downs, but overall, he was a pretty darn good pitcher, and I got to give him credit for that. Andy Pettitte, though, for sure, in my book, is number 5 because of that record, and just a big part of the organization. So I'm definitely very, very proud to honor him in this regard. Number 4, saves, Mariano Rivera. Pretty much on this list, it's beginning pretty much with Mariano Rivera. Um, right now you got Andy Pettitte at number 5, Mariano at 4. As you see down the list, I don't want to spoil anything for you, so you'll find out what happens. Mariano Rivera ends up on this list more than once. So overall, just letting you know that just the type of impact player he was for the Yankees, and just how much credit he really doesn't get. I mean, he does, but at the same time, people don't understand. People might think, oh, he's just a closer, he's just a relief pitcher that doesn't take much out of you, and really it does. I think the way that you have to come in cold, just you haven't played the entire game. It's not like you can struggle the first inning as a starting pitcher, but you can get back second inning and improve on that. When you're a closer, this is a one and done deal. You either mess up and you pretty much make the team lose the game, or you're going to pay pretty much by making the other team pay and getting your team to win it pretty much. So it's either a win or die type of position, and it's a position has a lot of stress, and it's a lot to intake, and it's a lot of pressure. And Mariano Rivera did it with the best class, and like overall he was a classy dude, but at the same time he was so humble about it. And you know what, he dominated closing. He dominated closing, and you can see in the postseason he dominated closing. 42 saves overall all time. 42 saves is a single season career saves pretty much. Like that's a typical save number. If you're a star closer, you'll get around 42. 42 for postseason play is something else. It's incredible, and it's just something where holy shit, that's a big accomplishment. And so I give Mariano Rivera the biggest respect, the biggest regards for that. And like I said, number 4 for sure in saves. Mariano Rivera deserves to be on this list. 42 is a lot, so give him props for sure. Yankees would not be 5-time World Series champions without him, and you'll hear me say that more than once. Number 3, whip, Jeremy Affeldt. This guy's the most underappreciated relief pitcher in the history of relief pitching. Pretty much this guy has helped the San Francisco Giants to 3 World Series titles. He's a big reason of why the Giants are test of time, a dynasty for sure. And like I said, he's just a great relief pitcher that let almost no walks or hits, and that's what whip is. It's walks and hits combined for innings pitched, and what he did was a .702 career-wise, and that to me means they could barely hit against him, and he barely walked anyone. So he was pretty much dynamite, and to me, I think that's what matters, is that this thing it's incredible just how elite and how great he was at pitching. So overall, this guy deserves to be right there, number 3. And yeah, he definitely owned. In my opinion, the landscape of relief pitching. So definitely deserves to be number 3 for what he did with the San Francisco Giants, and pretty much overall just was dangerous, was deadly, and he was really unhittable and untouchable. So he definitely let teams know that they were not going to score or do anything. and they were going to be pretty much um, nothing up to the plate once he was out there pitching. So definitely give this guy credit. Very underrated, but yes, he just definitely deserves his award of being in the top five of these postseason records. Number two, shutouts, Christy Mathewson. Um, Pretty much, he is the epitome of that's the epitome of what I think is up to pitching. I mean, pitching is such an important aspect in the postseason, and when you can shut out opponents in the postseason, that's even more impressive because at a time, at a point, there will be one or two runs. But if you can shut out a team, that just shows how dangerous you could be. And for Christy Mathewson, he had four shutouts in the postseason, which is the most ever. And I think four shutouts is definitely beatable. I believe a pitcher can, break that record, but four shutouts is impressive in itself. I mean, you're looking at it, the other three, whip, um, saves, and of course innings pitched. Those are all fantastic things, but to really to shut some team down for 9 innings, four times, that's more impressive to me, because it takes a lot of skill, a lot of skill to have the mindset to be like, hey, I'm gonna shut you out, and I'm gonna dominate this game, and I'm gonna pitch all the entire game, and I'm gonna make sure I shut all you down. So for sure, Christy Mathewson, especially for the era. Like I said, some people will always be comparing, be like, oh, well, that era is very slow, not many good power hitters. Just stop, please. Okay, there's different generations for different generations in sports. There's no need to compare. It's something that we like to do, but at the bad side of things, we can't compare. I love greatness. I love to see records. I love to see just guys just go out of their way and show us something that we've never seen before in the sport. And in this case, it's baseball. And you know, I don't care what it is. This is impressive. Any generation, four shutouts for sure. Christy Mathewson deserves it. Number two. Number one, ERA, Mariano Rivera. We all know how clutch pitching is in the postseason. Teams just don't score much. But if you have that one consistent pitcher that you cannot score against, that's what makes it impressive, and that's why this is number one. This is why Mariano Rivera is number one, just because his consistency in the postseason is incredible, and it's magical to just see that magic number. It's a .70 his ERA. That's his ERA in all of the postseason that he's been, and it's been quite a few of them. He has pretty much been very dominant. He's not had many flaws in there, and like I said, it's the reason why he pretty much led the Yankees with those key down the stretch innings. He's the reason why the Yankees have a World Series title in '96, '98, '99, 2000, and 2009. Should be 2001. That was just Diamondbacks. They had that last oomph in them, but I feel like just one bad pitch from Mariano Rivera. But overall, this is the Yankees team that probably I think should have won 2001 and 2003. To me, I feel like Florida was just a better team, but overall, I feel like New York should have at least gotten to a game 7 or so. But that's a story for a different day. Overall, what the point of it is here is he had such a great career in the postseason. He was deadly, and if you were going to go into the ninth and you were losing, that was not going to change. He was going to make sure he shut you down with that unbelievable cutter that you can never hit, impossible to hit. And Mo is Mo. He is a shutdown pitcher, closer. Yes, he might critique because he's a closer. He's a relief pitcher. He doesn't do much work, but there's a lot of pressure to closing. And what he did was he made it effortlessly, and he did it nonchalantly, and he was just a star pitcher. So overall, he does deserve to be having this honor, and he's definitely number one in my books.